I was not expecting Aston Martin to do as well as they have done so far this season, but the question is, can they continue this pace throughout the rest of the season, or is it just a one-off? When Fernando Alonso signed for Aston Martin in Sebastian Vettel's place, I thought he was foolish moving to a backmarker team, and I questioned why he did that. And then earlier this year, he announced that Aston Martin were in Formula 1 to win races and win the championship, but I didn't believe him then. I thought Aston Martin were going to continue being backmarkers and finish in the bottom 5 consistently. But here I am a couple of months later, and I am proved absolutely wrong. Aston Martin are here to win championships, they are here to win races, and they've already got podiums under their belt. So therefore, Aston Martin are one of the quickest cars of this season so far. They are phenomenally quick, probably the second quickest car out there. I mean, they're comparing Fernando Alonso's lap time at Saudi Arabia with Max Verstappen, and that wouldn't have been heard of last year. Instead of comparing the Ferrari and the Red Bull, we're comparing the Red Bull and the Aston Martin, because those two are the best cars so far this year, and that's how it looks like it's going to be. Perhaps Fernando Alonso was right, they are going to fight for championships this year, and perhaps the championship will come down to Red Bull or Aston Martin, which would be kind of strange but cool to see at the same time. Obviously, Red Bull are the best team this year, in particular Max Verstappen, and he will go on to win the Drivers' Championship and the Constructors' Championship. Now, I've seen his performance, but Aston Martin can't be discounted from the race because they look phenomenally quick, and they look better than Ferrari, Mercedes, McLaren, all of the other teams, which is promising for them, and maybe we will get Aston Martin winning a championship within 5 years of joining Formula 1, which is what they set out to do. But the thing that's left me a bit breathless is how they are so much quicker, because let's not forget, it is basically the Mercedes car with a different body. Maybe it's just the aerodynamics that are making all the difference. It's still got the Mercedes power unit and the Mercedes components, but the aerodynamics must be different enough to make the car go so much faster. I mean, Mercedes aren't doing well this year, so why don't they just do a little reverse of 2020 and copy the Aston Martin, just like Racing Point copied them? And then maybe Mercedes will have a quick car. But back to Aston Martin. Now, if we look at Aston Martin so far, they're second in the Constructors' Championship. They must be quick, and Fernando Alonso, he's always been in the top 3 in free practice sessions so far this year, and he's got a podium in the first race, and the only race that has happened so far. They are so quick, and I just can't understand how. Is it their new factory that I'm not even sure has been constructed yet? I don't know. We'll have to wait and see if anything is announced, or if we can tell why they are so much faster this year than they were last year. But the big question is, can they continue this throughout the season? And I think yes, they can. Ferrari and Mercedes, who are the big 2 other competitors, seem like they are struggling, especially Mercedes, since their car looks slow, just like the start of last year. And Ferrari just look like they're even slower than last year, and they are having DNF issues. I mean, Charles Leclerc's already got a 10-second penalty for changing a component on his car, and it's not even been the second race. That's just a bit ridiculous. But every team bounces back, and I feel like Ferrari and Mercedes later on in the season will bounce back, and then maybe Aston Martin will slow down their pace, but Aston Martin will definitely be in the top 4 finishing anyway, maybe even P2 finishing, not P1 because Red Bull are untouchable at this stage, but definitely P2 is realistic for Aston Martin. I mean, I'm using this video just based off 1 weekend and 2 free practice sessions because we've not even had the second race. Aston Martin still look quick though this weekend at Saudi Arabia, but I don't know. It could change throughout the rest of the season. Formula 1 is so unpredictable, apart from Red Bull, because they're obviously going to win and they look so much quicker. But it's going to be very interesting to see if Aston Martin can get in the championship battles, or whether Ferrari and Mercedes are going to get better themselves and overtake Aston Martin. It will be very interesting to see. I hope Aston can provide a good championship battle, because we need one after Red Bull's dominance at the end of last season. So yeah, that's my opinion. You can let me know your opinion in the comments down below. Do you think Aston Martin will continue this incredible performance throughout the rest of the season, or do you think this is just a one-off? Let me know down in the comments below. But that's been me rambling about my opinion as always. Thank you very much for watching if you've made it to the end, and I'll see you later. Click on this video now and you can see my predictions for this season and how wrong I was.